everybody and welcome back to the Blossom Crochet channel. In this tutorial I will be showing you step by step how to add this absolutely beautiful border to your blankets. Now this is the border that I use specifically for this beautiful V-stitch granny square, so it's a really large blanket as you can see, and I added this border to it to finish it off. You can obviously use this pattern on absolutely any blanket that you like or scarf. You can use this border for any project, but I will be specifically showing you how to add it to a V-stitch granny square as part of this pattern set. So I've also got my beautiful little custom made tags on this finished piece, which I think look really wonderful, and I will leave the link for this mega yarn cake. This is all one yarn cake, and I will leave the link for the tags both in the description as well. So as I say, I'm going to be adding this onto a miniature V-stitch granny square just to show you the 3 steps that you need to complete this. But obviously if you were to be adding this to any other project, then you may well want to just start with a round of UK doubles or US singles just to create a clean edge before you start this 3-round repeat pattern for this particular border. However, if you're using it for a V-stitch, then you'll just finish off your final round of V-stitch before you use your contrasting colour for your border. So as I say, I'm just going to work this around a tiny miniature V-stitch granny square just so that you can get the steps for the finished piece. So you're going to start with a slip knot on your hook, and you can start in any of your V-stitches. It doesn't matter, you can start midway through or you can start in a corner. I'm going to be starting in a corner, so I'm going to do a standing UK treble. So I'm going to yarn over and hold and insert into my corner space. I'm going to yarn over and pull up, and then I've got 3 loops on my hook and I'm going to complete my treble as normal. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. As I say, if you were doing this around anything except a V-stitch granny square, then do a round of UK doubles first of all. I'm then going to do another treble into that corner space to create my first V, and then I'm literally just going to do a round of V-stitch. So around this V-stitch granny square, that will be really simple because I will just do a V-stitch into every single V-stitch all the way along, just like I have been doing for the entirety of my project. However, if you're working into double crochets because you've added a clean edge, then you will want to just space out your V-stitches, and I would recommend doing a V-stitch, skipping 1 or 2 depending on your tension, and then V-stitch, skip 1 or 2, and just work along one edge and just see if it ruffles, then you've got too many V-stitches and you'll definitely need to skip 2 in between. However, if your work bunches up, then you'll need to just skip 1 and add in those extra V-stitches. So it's a little bit of trial and error. So I'm just going to complete my V-stitches in my V-stitches. So you will work your V-stitches all the way along your straight edge. And I will meet you at the corner space. So when you reach your corner chain space, whether you're in V-stitches or in double crochets, whenever you get to your corner space, you're going to do a V-stitch. So remember, we're not chaining anything in between our trebles for our V-stitches, they're just sitting next to each other. And then you'll do chain 2 to create a new corner, and then back into the same space that you've put your last V-stitch, you'll do another V-stitch. So 2 trebles next to each other. And then again, you're ready to work your side. So if you complete that all the way along, your V-stitches, which is just treble and treble next to each other, we're not doing a chain 1 in between those trebles, and work that all the way around. Okay, so we need to finish off this corner where we started, so you're going to do your 2 trebles for your V-stitch into that final corner space, and then your final chain 2, and then you're ready to close off to the top of that first treble that you did at the beginning of the round. So insert your hook, yarn over and pull through both to slip stitch. So that is how you should look at this point, just a round of V-stitches. Okay, so now we're going to work a round of moss stitch, okay, but I'm going to turn my work for this. So I'm going to be working back the other way. So first of all, I'm going to slip stitch into that chain space in our corner. I'm going to chain one, but that's not going to count as a stitch or anything like that. That's just to get us up out of that corner space. We're then going to insert our hook into that corner space, yarn over and pull up, yarn over and pull through both. And that is a UK double or US single. We're then going to chain one and we're going to skip the top of our next treble, and then you're going to do a UK double into the next. So through the whole of the stitch, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through both. Chain one, skip one, UK double. And if you work that all the way along your straight edge, you should be working into the second treble of each of your V-stitches. So I've worked my final double crochet, chain one, and then I'm at my corner space. So you won't be skipping anything, you'll just be going straight into your corner space, and you'll do a double crochet, chain two, and another double crochet in that same corner space. Chain one, and then you're ready to skip that first stitch and continue your moss stitch. So again, you'll repeat that all the way around. So the moss stitch is such a lovely, simple round to do, and I will meet you to close off for the end of round two in just a second. So I've worked that pretty much all the way around. I've done my final double crochet, chain one, and then I just need to finish off this corner space because we only did one double crochet. So into your final corner space, you'll do your double crochet, chain two, and then you're going to slip stitch to the top of that double crochet that you did at the start of this round. So you will slip stitch into there. Okay, so that is your round of moss stitch. It doesn't look like much now, but when you work your next round, it will pull open those spaces a little bit in the moss stitch. So again, we're going to turn our work around, and I'm going to slip stitch back into that chain two space of our moss stitch round. So I'm going to chain one now, but that's not going to count as a stitch. And then into my corner space, I'm going to do a double crochet, so a UK double crochet. And then what we're going to be doing is working into the chain one spaces of our moss stitch. So you'll have your double crochet, chain one, double crochet, and you're going to be working into that chain one space. Okay, so into your chain one space, so you're going to skip the top of that next double crochet, and into that very first chain one space you're going to do a UK double, chain two, and back into that same chain space another double. Okay, skip the next double crochet and you're going to work straight into your next chain one space, and you're going to do the same thing. So double, chain two, back in the same space, another double. Again, skip to your next chain one space and you'll do double, chain two, double. Skip to your next chain one space and you've guessed it, double, chain two, and double. And again, you'll work that all the way to your corner space. You can see it gives you these really delicate, cute little mini peaks here. So if you work that all the way to your corner space, and I will meet you there in just a second. Okay, so I've worked that into every chain one space all the way along, and I'm now at my chain two corner space. If you're not sure where to find your chain two corner spaces, then just look for these slightly bigger gaps as you go around the corner, and you'll be able to see your two double crochets worked into the same space. So I know that this is my corner chain two space, and into there I'm just going to do a double, chain two, and a double, just like we would do on our normal rounds. And then again, straight into your next chain one space, you'll continue that repeat of your double, chain two, and double, all in that same space. Okay, so you can see there along that top edge now, that is how you should be looking. And again, you'll just repeat those stitches all the way around, and I will meet you to close off one final time. So I've worked my last chain one space down the side, and I just need to finish off this corner space. So we started with our double crochet, so we need one more double crochet in there, and our final chain two, and then you're ready again to slip stitch to the top of that first double. You do your final slip stitch and then chain one and snip off. So that is how you should be looking. I know it looks a little much around just a tiny granny square, but it will still make a really cute coaster or something. But those are your 3 rounds for that particular border. And once you've done those rounds, you will end up with something that looks like this. Again, can be used on absolutely any type of project. But I really do hope that you've enjoyed the tutorial. If you have, please remember to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment, let me know what you think. But I will see you for another tutorial really soon. But thanks as always for watching, and bye for now.